She looked stunning as she stepped out, the tight, revealing dress hugging every curve as if the night itself had chosen her. Her laughter floated down the hallway like a spark, daring me to react, daring me to question her freedom. My chest tightened, a strange ache building inside me as unease gnawed deeper than ever before. Something about tonight felt different, heavier, dangerous. We had been married for 5 years, and for most of them I believed in the quiet stability we had built brick by brick. Our home, though small, held memories, some warm, some bitter, but all ours. Anna, at 27, carried a beauty I admired yet feared it made her glow. But it also made her too visible. Recently, her Friday nights had evolved from simple outings to something more unpredictable. At first, I brushed it off. She's young. Let her enjoy, I told myself. But slowly, suspicion crept in like fog, clinging to every thought I had. Tonight, as she got ready, the house felt emptier than usual, as if even the walls were aware of what might unfold. Her perfume lingered in the air long after she passed, a fragrance that once comforted me, but now teased my doubts. She stood in front of the mirror, adjusting the straps of her sky-blue dress, smiling at her reflection like she was hiding a secret. I watched silently from the doorway, my heartbeat thudding loud enough to drown the clock's ticking. She slipped into her heels, each click echoing like a countdown to something I didn't want to imagine. I'll be home late, she said lightly, almost rehearsed. I nodded, forcing a smile that even my own heart didn't believe. When she walked out, neighbors glanced at her, some admiring, some curious, and each look stabbed deeper. The door closed behind her, and the silence that followed felt suffocating. I sat on the sofa, staring at the dim lights, my mind slipping into dark corners I never wanted to visit. Every moment from the past few months replayed like a puzzle missing its final, painful piece. Late-night giggles over her phone, mysterious notifications, quick screen locks as I walked by, lingering glances at the gym, friends she claimed were harmless. I wanted to trust her God. I wanted to, but trust felt like cracked glass tonight. The club scene played in my mind, neon lights flickering, strangers drinking, touching, laughing. I imagined her stepping into that chaos, eyes turning toward her instantly, her dress shimmering under flashing lights, her smile drawing attention she pretended not to notice, men approaching, offering compliments, drinks, conversations I could never control, her friends cheering, pushing her to be fun, to be free, to be wild. I hated myself for imagining it, but the images wouldn't stop. She had always craved energy, excitement, applause. Maybe tonight she craved more. My phone buzzed, but it wasn't from her. It rarely was on. Nights like these, I stared at the ceiling, wondering when love became a battlefield. A part of me wanted to call her. Another part feared what silence might confirm. Hours passed like slow-moving shadows. The clock struck midnight, and fear gripped me tighter than ever. I replayed a moment from months earlier, her coming home smelling like someone else's cologne. She laughed it off, saying a man bumped into her by accident. I believed her. Maybe I shouldn't have. The front door finally clicked, and my entire body tensed. Her heels echoed across the wooden floor, louder than they had ever sounded. She walked in, her confidence wrapped around her like armor, but her eyes betrayed something else. "Hey," she said, softly, searching my face as if gauging my mood. I didn't answer immediately. Silence became my question. "Did you have fun?" I asked, voice calm but trembling underneath. "Just with the girls," she replied quickly, too neatly. I stepped closer, the air between us thick with tension and truth waiting to be exposed. "Tell me the truth," I said, my voice firmer than I expected. Her lips parted, but only excuses fell out, broken, shaky explanations. Something inside her shifted, fear, guilt, or both. "Sit down," I said quietly. "We're not doing this game tonight." She sat slowly, eyes avoiding mine, fingers trembling in her lap. For the first time, she looked small, fragile, human. "I didn't cheat," she whispered. her voice cracking. But I flirted. I wanted attention. I just wanted to feel alive. The words hit me harder than betrayal itself. You wanted attention from strangers. I whispered, hurt slicing through every word. She nodded, tears forming, her bravado shattered. I felt invisible at home. She cried. I just needed to feel noticed. And you couldn't tell me that, I said, anger mixing with heartbreak until I couldn't tell which was stronger. Silence hovered between us, heavy enough to crush the room. For the first time, I saw the distance between us, not physical, but emotional. Love had been there. Yes, but respect had been slipping away quietly. This ends tonight, I said after a long breath, my voice steady with painful clarity. I'm not losing myself to your choices. If you cross this line again, we're done. Her eyes widened, shock and fear swirling together. She nodded slowly, realizing the cost of her actions. Later that night, she retreated to the bedroom, her steps quiet and hesitant. I remained in the living room, staring into the stillness, thinking of the man I had become. Our marriage stood at a crossroads, one step forward or one step toward collapse. Days passed, then weeks, each one revealing the cracks we ignored for years. She tried to change, but some damages stained too deeply. Her desire for attention had spiraled into something neither of us could fully undo. Meanwhile, I learned something far more important than I ever expected. Love demands honesty. Without it, every smile is a lie. Respect is the foundation. Without it, every touch is meaningless. Trust is fragile once broken. It cuts both ways. In the end, heartbreak didn't destroy me. It rebuilt me. Sometimes the woman you loved becomes the woman who teaches you your biggest lesson. And sometimes the night she walked out in that blue dress becomes the night your entire life changes for.